Hello everyone, welcome to the Year of the Water Tiger 2022. Now this is a very special year as with all other Chinese New Year because the Year of the Water Tiger comes only once every 60 years. And so this year we welcome the Year of the Water Tiger. And as with the tiger, we shall move into the new year with courage, bravery, strength, and majesty. So, how did Chinese New Year come about? Well, let's go back to the history of China. The ancient Chinese worshipped Shang, the God Most High, and also considered their greatest ancestor. And so they offered sacrifices to him because he was in charge of battles, the court of the king, the emperor, and the crops, because China was an agrarian society. And so they prayed to him. And because he was so distant and inscrutable and cannot be bribed by men, soon the worship and the prayers became a ritual. And in fact, in China, up till 1949, or since 1949, then Chinese New Year is known as the Spring Festival, and they use the lunar calendar. So this ritual was also to thank Shang for a good harvest, and that's also when the people had their rest. And what do they do when they rest? They make merry, they come together for meals, and they went and visit their friends and relatives because it was a long holiday after the harvest, so they are free. Now, then later, in the later years, there is a legend that came about that is now widely circulated, and that is the legend of Nian. Now, long ago, it is said in China, there is a monster, and his name is Nian, and once every year, this monster who lives in the sea or in the mountains, he will come down and plague the people. He will eat their crops, destroy their crops, and it seems he loves to eat people, especially young ones. I think the old ones too June. So he goes for the young ones, and everyone was terrified. So every year the people will run away and hide when Nian comes around, the monster Nian. So one day there was this wise man, and he found the antidote to the rascally acts of this Nian. And so he found out that Nian is afraid of the color red, and he is afraid of noise. And so he got all the people to put up red banners in the house, and if possible wear red and make a lot of noise. But back in those days, before fireworks, guess how they made the noise? They actually burned bamboos. And so when the bamboo snap, it makes a crackling loud snap, and it sounds like a firework. And then later, the people then discovered fireworks and replaced it with the burning of bamboos. So then, when Nian was defeated and went away with all the loud noise and the red that is in the town over the houses, all the people came out to rejoice and they celebrated. And that is how, it is said, began the Chinese New Year celebration. A celebration of joy, a celebration of freedom from evil, and a celebration of thanksgiving. Now, it was during the Tang dynasty that this ritual of sacrifices and prayers moved from a ritual to become a social celebration. That is, people begin to celebrate by visiting one another, visiting friends and relatives, and giving ang paos. So, how did the giving of ang paos start? Well, apparently, those days, you remember, you see long ago the Chinese coins, they are circular, and with a square in the middle representing heaven and earth. Well, they will thread these coins with a red string. And so they will string them all up and give it away to the young children. So when the new era came, there were no more coins with a hole in the middle for them to string through. And so they had to put it into envelopes or wrap it with paper or even wrap it with cloth much earlier. So that it evolved from cloth to paper, red paper. I remember my time, grandmother will actually wrap them in red paper. And then, of course, now we have fancy ang paos that we all run from banks to get our collection. So for us, New Year is always putting away what's behind us, putting away the old, and welcoming what's new. And so we have very much to look forward to with optimism in the year of the tiger, because it is said the roar of the tiger is so fearsome that it will dispel evil. And remember, he is brave, the tiger is courageous, and he is majestic. And so we shall walk into the new year and welcome the new year in the same spirit. So, Happy New Year, and may your year be crowned with goodness and your paths overflow with abundance. Happy New Year again.